Hey, everybody, and welcome to the inaugural flight of What's Your Problem? I'm Terri Walters, and I am the producer and showrunner. And we're starting out here on a good foot. This really isn't the inaugural flight. This is actually the test flight. We like to test things out, make sure the wings don't fall off, all the, nuts and bolts stay together before we load the plane up with, actual real people. So that is what we were doing here. Our actual inaugural flight will take place a little bit later this week. It'll be Tuesday, March 7th. Actually March 9th. It'll be March 9th at 7 o'clock. I'm, reading stuff and all this Wizard of Oz stuff that you see me doing here. Not only am I the showrunner and the producer, but I'm also the director, engineer, TD, and all that kind of jazz. So this is a live show. What is really cool about that is that you are able to participate by asking questions in the comments section. And eventually, at some point, I'll be able to take a look at that when I figure out how to actually drive this airplane. But before I get too far along, I do want to bring in my partner in crime, the mistress of mayhem, my good dear friend. Let me see if I can push the right button. Oh, yeah, there we go. Terry-Ann Zander.
Woo, hey. Well, let's put a little light on this subject.
Hey, what's going on, Terry-Ann?
Hey, it's good to see you, Terry. We're very excited here at What's Your Problem?
I'm really excited, too, that I keep saying that I want to make sure that the wheels don't fall off of this thing. And, hopefully we can keep going and we can make it work. Hey, so this is really, really exciting.
It is.
I was kind of surprised today. I've done a lot of live shows in my life. I've produced a lot and directed at the same time, which is kind of like this. But I have a lot of really butterflies in my stomach, which is really cool and different. I mean,
yeah.
you perform live all the time, so this is not, this is not a big thing for you, but
well, it is a big thing, and I'm glad to hear you're getting butterflies, because when you get the butterflies, it means you're in it. You're all in.
Yeah.
And this has been a labor of love with all this preparation for our show, which is, as you said, launching on March 9th at 7 o'clock. So and you being a very professional individual, want to make it happen, make it work, and we want to be successful, and we want people to enjoy it, and we want people to have as much fun as we've had putting this whole thing together.
And we always have fun. I mean, it's that we do have a history together. We've we actually met a while ago, a long time ago. We went for a long time. And we've always tried to do great projects and collaborate together. And, it took a pandemic really to kind of bring us together on our own stuff. We started the podcast, and I think that that's really a cool thing, our own content as well. And then, we jumped into this live stream thing. What was it? That when I came and banged on the door and said, "Hey, can Terry-Ann come out and play?" What was it that made you say, "Yeah"?
Probably because I needed to have my head checked, but at the when you did it, I was like, okay. I was a little skeptical. At first, to be honest. I was a little bit concerned. I wasn't quite sure, because you're brighter than I am. So,
that's a low bar.
Yeah. And you had this great idea, and it was like, you're like, I want to do something that's this. I want to incorporate comedy, and I would want to, so what do you think? And I'm like, well, okay, and we were experiencing success with the podcast, right? And so we had that under our belt. We had a pretty good baseline. And then when you said, let's try something a little bit different.
Yeah.
To add to our toolbox, if you will.
Yeah.
I said, okay. And we brainstormed, right? This idea actually came out of another idea that we put on the back burner because of what was going on in the world.
Right. Exactly.
We shelved something else for now, which I'm not even going to allude to.
Exactly.
And you said, let's try. And I was like, okay, so you said it. I slept on it.
Yeah, it was
right. And I remember.
it's like we both wake up and it's like
Right.
we bang into each other because we're like, we had like this summit thing down here in Camp Moonfish. And this is what I always say though, is that creativity doesn't happen in a vacuum. You really this is what we miss, I think, when we have this kind of pandemic stuff. I think the Zoom stuff and a lot of the social media and all this stuff is helpful, but I really think collaboration amongst people, living, breathing people, is important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I wholeheartedly agree. So that's what happened. It was born. We bounced around ideas. We came up with clever, catchy titles. And all we needed was that little bit of a seed.
Yeah.
Which then grew. And you went in your producer director direction.
Yeah.
And I went in the creative, right? To find people that we could partner with that would bring What's Your Problem to life.
Right. And let's actually, I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit. We discuss stuff because, again, like you said, I like to be, I'm a control freak as it relates to production. But let's talk a little bit about the people that you brought into the fold with us. It's not just us. I mean, it's
no. It takes a village, as they say. A very small village in a very remote land.
It absolutely does. Tell me a little bit about, because I've just met the two ladies with whom we're working, but you know them, a lot better than I do.
Yes. The two ladies. Well, you did meet them, not in person. Actually, you did meet Donna. And two people we brought on board. We brought on Donna Moran.
Yep.
And Donna Moran's from Long Island, and Donna has a very interesting career path as it relates to comedy and theater and improv in particular, which is What's Your Problem is. It's an improv comedy show. Donna brings a vast experience, having worked in Toronto. She's worked with Second City Limits in Chicago. She taught theater and transitioned all those things into comedy. So this is an opportunity for her to marry things that she may not have been doing consecutively all these years. She's putting together her puzzle, and she is hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
She's totally hilarious. I mean, I have a lot of respect for her. I mean, she, and both of these ladies, it's just so hysterical. I mean,
yeah. We've been joking around on the show. We're actually trying to come up with a graphic. We're calling it, well, that's a one-liner, a two-liner, a three-liner, or more. And what we're talking about is panty liners, because once you reach a certain age, ladies, we know that the slightest bit of either laughter, lifting, or coughing could cause you to leak just a little bit. So we have sessions in preparation, and we call them, we say those are three-liners. That's because we need 3 penny liners to get through and not have a little accident while we're prepping. So yeah. Yep.
So tell me, let's talk about Kate a little bit here.
Oh yeah, sure. Kate, and Caitlin Ryder. Caitlin Ryder is a graduate of Yale's MFA program, schooled in drama. She's the real deal, people. She also had a comedy career in New York, quite a ways back. In New York City, she's a playwright. She's done a lot of improv. Both from as a performer and as an instructor as well. She's written and directed and what have you, and also stand up. Caitlin and I, while Donna and I are relatively new to one another, Caitlin and I go way back. She was the woman who I first took comedy workshops with in a little old Chester, New Jersey back in the day. So I'm making it sound like it was 100 years ago. I'm not that old.
No.
But anyway, you get my drift. But you get it. Caitlin's very, very funny lady, and put the three of us together and forget about it. If you guys have 1/10 the amount of fun that we do, it's going to be a smashing success. And what we're seeing here is our first characters. We haven't introduced a dog yet to our program, but there is one backstage.
I'm sure that we will, because that's kind of how what improv kind of is all about.
Right. The evolution. So our characters, we've come up with a small cadre of characters that we all play. And we're rolling out the program on the 9th with Miss Primrose. I play Miss Primrose. That's just a abbreviated form of my name because my name is very lengthy. But Miss Primrose, she hails from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and you will get to know her very well as we launch on the 9th. Then there's Dr. Olga Kroltoska, which I still can't pronounce, but Dr. Olga will give you a vocab lesson on how to say her name. She is most known as a goat whisperer, not a ghost whisperer, a goat whisperer.
That would be a different thing.
Yes. I have a little lisp going on today.
Oh, good.
And then finally, again,
there too. I can hear you.
What's that?
You're flipping into character there as well.
I know it's so hard because Miss Primrose and I, we are tight. We are so tight. And then our final character again for the 9th is Dr. Nell Smith. Nell, actually, she pronounces it L. Here I go again, Miss Primrose, trying to set the record straight.
Yeah.
So L. Smith is our third character that we're going to introduce. Now, you will meet other characters along the way, but those are the first 3 that you will meet and hopefully fall in love with beginning next Tuesday.
I agree. I've watched the 3 of you from the beginning. And when you were looking to develop characters, you jump in and out of different characters, and these 3 characters now kind of know each other and have a history, which I think is going to be pretty funny. As we start. Yeah. So, and the premise of the show, really, just so everybody knows, is basically, we ask these 3 self-professed self-help gurus to help us with our problems. So, and then mayhem kind of ensues.
Undoubtedly.
It does.
Undoubtedly.
And you, as the viewers, can send us questions as well. You can do it.
Oh, absolutely.
You can also do it on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. It's what's your problem? WYPcomedy.com is the website, but WYP comedy hashtag. Not hashtag. What's the @ sign? That's not a hashtag.
That's an @ sign. That's what the @ sign is. It's an @ sign.
The handle. So it's WYP comedy all over the place. We've got it on Twitter. We've got it on YouTube.
Right.
Watch on YouTube if you're watching on Facebook. Hey,
right.
Let me look. What's going on here? Hey, this is hi Keith. What's going on, man? Keith says we sound great.
Hey, Keith.
Comment, Keith.
Yay, that's really cool. It's nice to see the messages. This is gonna be a blast. Save your problems for Tuesday, Keith. We hope we see you back. I think it's great that you're showing us the love. We appreciate it.
Keith has got some amazing problems. Well, not problems, but
it's gonna be really, really fun. And that's the great thing about improv, right? Hey.
Yeah, Keith has met a couple of interesting characters most recently, so maybe he can come on and ask a question, about that.
But it's interesting because we're going to go to our mailbag. We're going to go to the caller on the phone, and we're going to also interact with people like Keith who send us messages or problems and because it's improvisational, no 2 shows are the same.
That's true.
The problems are all going to be different, and you never know what you're going to get. So if I could coin one of my favorite philosophers, Forrest Gump's, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
It's true.
And that's the way we roll here at What's Your Problem?
I'm checking out all of my, media assets, being the producer type that I am here, and seeing that my overlay here gets messed up by my live thing. I don't know if anybody else gets that messed up, but I've got a bunch of gack in front of what I got going on. I know it's like too producery here for everybody. Hey, so let's talk a little bit about the difference between improv and sketch, just so that people kind of know the difference. I don't want to take a lot of time on it, but like we wrestled with the name of the show for a long time, and we settled on, not settling, like sketchy improv comedy.
Right. Well, sketchy I will give you the explanation.
Yes.
So sketch comedy is scripted. They're little vignettes, or if you will, of little plays, right? But they're scripted. And that's the best, the greatest example that everybody knows is Saturday Night Live. It is a series of sketches, little stories within a show. But they're scripted. They write scripts, Saturday Night Live. Okay. Improv is just that, completely improvisational.
Right.
The only direction we get, other than you, Terry, is telling us we're starting and to shut up and and whatever. The only direction, or the only scripted part, if you will, with it, is the concept, and the concept of the self-help, the actual problems, the actual response to the problems, and us relating to them and responding to them is completely off the cuff. Completely. So as I said a second ago, you never know what you're going to get. It's different every week, and hopefully entertaining and fun. But I can tell you that the three of us, the three women who are performing, Kate, Donna, and I, we feed very well off of each other, and we let each other go, and hopefully, as a matter of fact, when our 30 minutes are up, we normally could keep going, and because we're having that much fun, and we're hoping that you guys all enjoy it as well.
Yeah. And
so did that explain sketch versus improv?
It did.
The only difference is script versus no script. There you go.
Well, that's cool. That explains a lot. And I think it lets our viewers know that this is going to be kind of, a rodeo. So
yeah, giddy up.
Exactly. Before we wrap up, I just want to, ask you, as we move forward. I mean, I know what I hope for this. I hope, that this becomes a platform for the three of you, and we can create something that's really fun and funny, and we can cultivate an audience that loves comedy, and and that we all can have fun with it. What is it that you're looking for with this kind of a platform, Terry-Ann?
Well, I didn't have anything going on Tuesday night, so I was actually looking for a filler. So this kind of allows me that, first and foremost. Then it's also an escape. It's an escape for me from reality, right?
Yeah.
And we all know what reality TV is like, and that's gotten a little old. So this is an escape from reality in another kind of medium, and it allows me, and I think my colleagues, Kate and Donna, it allows us to stretch our comedy muscles, right? So I'm hoping we come out of this with less atrophy than we had going into this whole thing, right? We've all been evolving over the last.
I love that word. I know.
Evolving. I'm having shades of.
That's like
here we go again with the evolution.
Yeah, it's like pivot.
Can I use the word transformation? It's transformative.
Yes.
Yeah. I want us all to have a good time. I want people to have a good time. I want people to be able to take, like, even the problems that people are having, to be able to find the funny in it. I mean, that's my objective, and I think that's all of ours. And if we have, we can reach people that might not otherwise have a connection and can enjoy comedy in a different way, and introduce them to improv or theater in a different way. Yeah. Then I think that's yes. That's all the more that we could do.
Yeah, I think that the dog needs to be brought in. I know that there are a lot of dogs who are thespians and, do want to be part of the theater. And I think maybe
there's a place for everyone.
There is. We're very inclusive here on this show.
Yes, we are. We are.
But with that, I'm going to start to do our little wrap up here. We've got our little pieces of music that's happening here. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but
Not yet, but I know it in my head and I love it. And I hope you guys do too. And we will see you on Tuesday, March 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And if you haven't already subscribed on the YouTube channel or on Facebook, please do, because you don't want to miss any notifications or any information. Did I remember everything I'm supposed to remember?
You're so freaking awesome. I can't even believe it. Thanks for doing that. And hey, everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to watch this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain for all you mountaineers. We're out.